Hey guys, this is Jesse Garcia with Building 429, and you're watching Schnobeltone. Pretty simple, believe it or not, pretty simple setup. It looks very complicated, but it actually is not. Basically, most of what I've got going on is delays, drives, and just a little bit of verb, some modulation. But the first thing into my chain is the volume pedal, which is an old organ volume pedal that I kind of turned into a like an Ernie Ball Jr. style. First the volume pedal, and then from there it's the fuzzes, the compressor. Then this fuzz, it's an old 60, like it's a clone of a 69 Maestro. The tuner is out of my volume pedal. Then after that it goes to this fuzz, and then to the drives. These are just basically control. This controls both delays. I have them tapped and they sync both the DD20 and the Eventide. This, I believe next is this looper, which I have this auto wah in it. I have the pitch factor in it and the trim in it. And then next is the Mr. Echo and the Pickle Vibe, and then the rest of the drives out to the Time Factor. And from the Time Factor, that's where I split and go to stereo. From the Time Factor to the DD20, then the stereo wet, and then out through the RE5. I run 2 amps and run them stereo all the time. So
how come you painted the DD20?
Gosh, I did that a long time ago. I think I was bored. No, it's just, I don't know why I did it. I think I love black, so I guess that would be the only reason I could come up with right now. I always get asked that question. Yeah.
Special edition. Huh?
Special edition. And I think, since I've done mine, I've seen others that other people do it, but that's it. I mean, it's just basic. I love these. I love especially the Tim and the Timmy, very transparent. And since I have the room, I have both. I mean, I love them for certain guitars, different pickups. You know how that goes. I mean,
what's this rear amps?
This is Fish Press, great compressor, and I highly recommend this, especially for guys like myself. I love what compression does, but I don't like this when it squashes things too much. So it's it has a very nice transparency factor to it, and that's why I love it. Just a volume and compression. Great stuff. You ought to check it out. Greer amps.
Is this a modified expression?
Yeah. This. You talking about this guy?
Yeah.
This is the PS5, the Boss PS5, and this for me, like, I know there are some other pitch factor type pedals out there, but they're so big, and I love this because I basically modded. I added the rocker thing to it, so I could still do the whammy if I want. And I've discovered with this pedal that if you set the knob like at different places, you can actually get somewhat like flange type effects when you're like around here somewhere. But my favorite thing about this pedal is the mix. I mean, you can mix it down, and you can get the pitch is not like very overpowering, in my opinion. So you can get a very subtle. That's a few things I do in the studio. Like, I'll put a little bit of pitch and mix it in very low, and it gives a really nice like shimmer to what you do, but it's not like the obvious, the octo thing. But well, this is my rack, and it's basically, I run a stereo rig, so this is one of those orange. It's a Retro 50, one of their custom shop series heads, EL34 based. This is a prescription, Dr. Z prescription head. Now this is Jason's head, the lead singer, but I also have it in there as a backup in case one of my amps would go down. And the bottom head here is a matchless Clubman 35, also an EL34 based amp. That's pretty much it. Up top, your standard Furman. I've run a Sennheiser wireless, and before, like, the first thing in my chain up here is actually the wireless, and back in the back, and you'll see back here it's I've run one of those custom audio electronics, a line driver. All right. So this is just it's just MXR, boost line driver, and then the signal goes into this AB box, which splits to that tuner up front, so I can tune wirelessly.
Well, who made that for you?
Which one?
The MXR.
It's actually custom audio electronics. The switch,
Garcia?
yes. The switch went bad on it, and so I had it. I had a new switch, a true bypass switch, put in and rehoused. Obviously, you can't fit those switches in that little box, so he just basically rehoused it. So back here, my orange right now is racked. Believe it or not, it's like perfectly like 9 inches. So I had extra room, so I'm able to fit 3 heads in here. So you can see the tubes back there.
What's this guy again?
This guy.
Yeah.
It's just a simple AB box. So I can split signal. If I want to tune, I can tune wirelessly with my pack on off stage, and I just hit this switch and it sends signal to my tuner, and then when I want to, get signal again and go through my chain, then I hit it back. This is just a simple, here's where all my inputs go. The left, right, and my channel switcher to my orange, and the signal from my wireless. And they're wired in directly to the head. So basically my loom, my loom just gets plugged in, power here, and all the inputs, my guy, all he has to do is plug in the inputs here. The cab outputs to each cabinet, because we run them off stage. And on the other side of that, they're always wired in. So simple, very quick connections, especially in these arena tours, makes life a whole lot easier. The cabs that I run, this is a matchless ESD 212 cab. It's got your standard Celestians. I believe it's a 30 watt and a 25 watt Celestian. Custom design by Matchless, and I love it. It pairs great with my Clubman 35, which I absolutely love. I've been on these cabs. The lower cab is a Ted Weber cab. It's got a blue bell and a silver bell speaker on it. They're 50 watt speakers. I've had this rig for almost 8 years now, and I run the orange through the Ted Weber and the Matchless Clubman 35 through the Matchless cab. Great cabs, absolutely love them.